Nakasongola district is located within the center of Uganda, specifically in the northern part of the central region. It borders Amalatar and Apache districts to the north, Kayunga district to the east, Ruwero and Nakaseke to the south, and Masindi to the west. We have the best water mass of Lake Choga to our north. You have the Ziwa Rhino Sanctuary.
I thank God for, and also thank His Excellency the President who posted me here in this beautiful community that is quite welcoming, peaceful and law-abiding community. My compliments stem back from their historical strengths, early resistance of the imperialists when they partnered with Kabalega. They showed true traits of patriotism.
But also the revolutionary struggle, the liberation struggle of 1980 to 1986 was largely fought here.
The biggest agricultural activity here is cattle keeping in terms of livestock, both predominantly mainly dairy.
We have even companies which export beef abroad, quite a number of them. We have state-of-the-art abattoirs which support this economic activity within the area. The other segment is the agricultural people who do crop farming and mainly dealing in coffee production. There is a small introduction of banana plantation in the southern belt of Nakasongola district, and this is largely dictated by the weather patterns within the district. Then the third category are the fishermen who do the fish business around Lake Choga, and largely these are the three groups of people who live in Nakasongola district. And government effort to stabilize, to socially transform this community largely revolves around those three interventions. Not so long ago we had the worst drought, which almost decimated millions of cattle within the district.
Nakasongola kye kitundu ekyokebwa omusana ne gwokya mu bbanga ne kutaka nti boreholes ezimu zikala nazo musunda amazzi omusana nekwazi ne gatavaayo nga gakazi. Valley dams zikala.
As a department, we offer advisories, we support the farming community to undertake their activities as farmers. Over the years, we have been having a challenge of climate change, and in Nakasongola, this is basically manifested with the longer dry spells. So the long dry spells actually affect all our farmers. That is the crop farmers, the livestock farmers, the fisheries sector, and then those dealing with the beekeeping.
Amezi gani nga kyali gafuna falina ebikutusomooza naddala nga kayisa abakyala basigalanga eka mezi twagayanga ku ddaamu kabisala abakyanda twabanga tugaya ku nnyanja naye ng'olugendo lwalai ate nga lusi tetulina ntambula kale ntuba n'okusomoozebwa okwo ate nga kukusansanya ne ssente ate nga teziriwo kubanga ntwalanga ku nnyanja nga tokusobola kwingira mu nnyanja wafunanga ssente n'ogula maizi notakute ne piki ekwaba ogaleeta kale ntusanga kusomoozebwa nk'okwo.
Katulina valley tanks 16, twalina 2 tulina 16, valley dams twalina 2 tulina 6, tulina bulk water system. Gavumenti yateekamu biliyoni 4.5. First phase yagwa yetwawa Nakasongola town, Saasira, Wabigalo n'obwalo obulinaanyeewo. Kati egenda ku second phase. Tanka ekimuli gyawo waawo ennene bwaguuga. Second phase yaga amazzi bw'eba ejjudde ejja kusobola okusupplyinga the whole of Nakasongola ne part of Nakaseke.
We have partners who have contributed significantly in water. World Vision has supported the government, has complemented the government in Nakasongola by establishing piped water schemes in Kalongo and Kalungi sub-counties, and that is supporting our water coverage. But also we have local drink tap. It's a partner, it's an organization which has also supported the district and has implemented water services at school, sanitation facilities, and which is really contributing to learning in schools.
Naye kuzo abantu agafumire tukwebale government kubanga twasavingireko ku sente amaizi tugoba nago mu bwire ate nga gabeeyi gidoli siringi 10 ninga tuyambaku kuya ku kimwe kyonka kitusomoozamu ebisanye kubanga kigulo kiruku amaizi ago gaba nga tatuyamba kusa kubanga tetulina sola wadde masanyalaze eko kyonka ngo kitusomooza ku nga tukube balya kubanga batukoleire era ntufuna kunywa ku maizi agayonjo kuba buli twanywanga mu daamu n'ente nga amaizi gatu kunywa ku n'ente nimozi kunywa naye ate ekyo kyakangire tetukyanywa amaizi gakyafu tukunywa amaizi agayonjo tukebale gavumenti olwekyo newabanga waliwo n'ekindi tukusaba obwongerwa.
Second phase eno egenda kutuuka ku buli kyalo, buli ewali essomero, muzikiti, town center ne along the roads. Kati olaba bulabi nti tuvudde we twali ne tutambulira ddala.
There has been a lot of tree planting where government has procured more than 1 million tree seedlings in a way to help to stem the problem of lack of rainfall. But also in addition, there has been an effort to restore wetlands which had been hitherto degraded. And as a result, we see now that the weather over the last 3-4 years has been relatively modest, considering the historical perspective and condition of Nakasongola district. Government introduced a single spine agricultural system across the whole country. And in this structure, you have an extension worker in every sub-county for both crop, for fisheries, and also for livestock. The intention of government is to make sure that production and productivity is increased. People are taught modern methods of whatever they are doing, whether it is crop farming or cattle keeping or apiary, but also there is increased awareness about post-harvest handling practices which enhance the value of the yields that these farmers generate at the end of the day. So this is where the agriculture extension worker comes in handy, and it is thanks to government that we have now a full complement of this staff in every sub-county.
The government has been supporting us. We have some programs that we have been implementing, like micro-scale irrigation, where we have been supporting our farmers to access and install micro-scale irrigation equipments. So in this, the farmers access water and then they irrigate their crops such that it is not really affected when the dry spell comes in.
Venturing in agriculture was not easy because by that time, unlike today, even the weather was very harsh to farmers. So some time back, about 1.5 years ago, we got this project, and I was given this small-scale micro irrigation program. After completing the installation of these, the pipes, the tank, the solar panel, solar pump, we started getting water. Had it not been that the help of that project, we wouldn't find tomatoes like this. You can see how the system is working properly. We can water our plants as and when we want. The agricultural extension workers, they normally visit us to advise us on the best practices of where they see an area that needs an improvement. They tell us if there is some diseases, they advise us how what to buy and treat that diseases. That is about disease control. So far, with the help of this project, we have managed to plant more than 3 acres of coffee. Having done that, when we begin harvesting, the life might change in terms of income.
Omulimu gwange ndi mutegi. Ntege byennyanja kwa maizi nimbiyayo nindeeta nintunda. Gavumenti etukoleire kyamaani kuba ebiseera bidde byaliwo. Twateganga ebyennyanja nga tukutega inchi eziransiwa inchi 3, inchi 4 nga tukusobola okuyita ebyennyanja noyita ebyennyanja ebikuyika ebyenja nka 1000 ale nemufunamu ettani nk'emwe. Naye saa zino ekyennyanja okuza gavumenti yatema restrictions ezakuba nga bakola operations okumaizi ebyenja byakuure. Ate no kwesanga ekyennyanja kimwe kiri at least kuzwa mukere gimwe okuyika ku mukere 3. Ate tompuuta n'okumuyita akusobola okwizwamu akasente nobba okusomesya abaana esente ezikusobola okuyamba okola ki okusomesya abaana niweekanga wena oyabire omu mbeera eyabyanfuna byayyanga okwanukula omulanga gwa pulezidenti gwe yakobere millennium goal by 2040 buli muntu abbe nga akusobola okuyingira obukaire obukuyika 2.
The kind of support supervision that is provided by the technical officers is quickly embraced by the farmers because they feel what they have received is theirs, other than the government's the programs initially, which would just be rolled out during the OWC, Operational Rescue deliveries. You would find somebody received a cow, when it falls sick, then he said, but then now, government has cascaded from just making deliveries, but then also ensuring that there is farmer involvement. That shift actually has yielded results in terms of production and productivity, and we appreciate government for that.
The district has made significant progress. From lack of a health center 5 years ago, to now 2 health center 4s at Nakasongola and Nakasongola. Every sub-county having a functional health center 3, which never used to be the case. There are also government plans to have this Nakasongola Health Center upgraded to a community hospital. So this is significant progress.
We had Rwampanga Health Center 3, which was destroyed by the floods of Lake Choga, relocated, and a new facility was put in place, which is magnificent. We have also had Nakasongola, which was a Health Center 3, elevated to a Health Center 4. We have had an operational theater. We have a maternity under construction. All this aimed at improving and bringing services closer to the people. Nakasongola Health Center 4 is having serious investments in infrastructure. We have a drugstore being put up. We have an emergency unit being put up. We have a maternity complex that will be accommodating over 50 beds with 2 operating theaters. It is in the final stages. Chiralamba, which was a Health Center 2, being upgraded to a Health Center 3. These are a few of the many achievements that we have received in the last 5 years. And on top of that, we have received infrastructure in terms of equipment, like the laboratory equipments, like the ultrasound scan machines, like transport. We have received vehicles, motorcycles, and this helps us to deliver services.
Before we got this machine, there were challenges of, one, proper diagnosing of conditions, especially mothers to be done cesarean section, antenatal mothers, and even other conditions. Kakati no mama, munda mu lubuto mulimu omwana. era ogwo gwe mutima gw'omwana gwe tulaba ogukuba ogulengedde okwo. Omwana gyali mulamu bulungi, omwana we era alabika yeebase bulungi, yeebase bulungi. Guno gwe mutwe gw'omwana ogulengedde okwo, ogwo mutwe gwa mwana. Obubina abutadde eno waggulu nti yenna ebaka entuufu omwana gy'alina okuba ng'akoze eki, nga yeebaseemu.
The challenges that we used to have, the mothers used to have of infant mortality rate, the statistics show that we're almost stemming the problem. Government has addressed this through a four-pronged approach by ensuring there is physical infrastructure to give health services, through ensuring, number two, there are drugs, through NMS, and through ensuring that there are health workers, qualified health workers in every health facility, and number four, to ensure that routine monitoring and supervision is done efficiently and effectively.
If you look at the whole of Nakasongola, which was being served by 5 health facilities, now it is being served by 34 health facilities, moreover including a level that is able to offer operations like emergency obstetric care and all other emergency cesarean sections.
Najja wano ku Sande asawo bampa obudde naye ndowooza engeri olulye lwalina stress ebisa byabula nnemerwa okusindika abaana abasawo ne banongoosa naye munnange bankwata bulungi kubanga nze n'okuyingira wali nasooka nakkaabira ku mulyango naye nansi eyandiko yangumye n'agamba guma nja operation yagenda bulungi. Ensiimye ennyo baddokita bawo ne Nakasongola bangwe mulundi gwange gusookera ddala okujja wano. Kati manyifu abantu ba wansi tugenda mu malwaliro agamu tetulina gwe tumanyi naye abasawo bano balungi nnyo bambeereddewo kuge mazima kubanga siinawo gwe mmanyiyo naye era nvuddewo nga nfunyeewo emikwano nemanya newe nnaaba nkomyewo saawa yonna sogamba nti kantuukire ku dokita ajja kunnyamba.
The government has deployed more medical officers of recent. We are now 6 medical officers at this facility, and because of that increase in the numbers of medical officers, the patient numbers have actually increased. Our lab has been equipped with almost everything because currently we are able to do culture and sensitivity. We've been given a chemistry machine that can do several chemistry, including renal function, liver function, serum electrolytes, which are paramount in the management of our patients here. We've doubled, if not tripled, the numbers of surgical procedures that we used to do previously compared to what we are doing currently. Equally to the numbers of deliveries, we've actually tripled the numbers of deliveries that we do in a month compared to what we used to have previously.
As a department, our main role is to ensure that children are learning. And in this, we conduct routine school inspection to ensure that teachers are on task and learners are at school and they're achieving as expected. Then we also ensure that schools are facilitated with the capitation grants. We ensure that their funds are disbursed to the schools and they are put to proper use. We also ensure that teachers are paid. We manage the staff list. We ensure all of the teachers that are employed are deployed and they are enumerated. With the support of the Ministry of Education, at least every year we are constructing a secondary school. In the last 5 years, we have constructed 3 secondary schools. Wabinyonyi Seed Secondary School, it is now fully fledged. In Achitoma, it is newly constructed with very good infrastructure and adequate facilities. Government has embarked on constructing in Nabiswera Seed Secondary School, and that one is going to ease access to secondary school in Nabiswera sub-county because they did not have any form of secondary school.
When you look at primary schools that have been constructed, there are so many. Every year we equip these schools with the furniture, we rehabilitate buildings which are there, and all this is through government support.
For the last 5 years, our pass rate at primary has been steadily improving. Like the pass rate in the past 5 years was at 78%. But for 2024, the pass rate rose up to 85.6%. So there is great improvement in the performance of learners just because of the initiatives. I've seen many graduates from Sasera Technical dissolving easily in the community. Electricity has been extended to most of the trading centers in the district, and the young men have opened up workshops. They have opened up workshops for metal fabrication. They have opened up workshops for motorcycle mechanics, tailoring, and other ventures. So the courses that are being offered at the technical are demand-driven, and they are featuring well in the community.
We used to have a coverage of about 150 kilometers 5 years ago that was under maintenance. But right now we are moving towards 600 kilometers per annum, which is progress. Yes, we have challenges because the district is flat, and because of that terrain, the floods tend to cut off easily most of these roads. So we find ourselves in a dire need of raising swamps, of raising boggy areas to allow connectivity, yet the equipment that we have may not necessarily be the best to serve that purpose.
Tetwalina bridge yonna. Tulina kati bridge esomoka okuva Nakasongola ogende Nakaseke Kasozi kilomita 3 lwa tamak. Abantu bayitangako nga bayisawo amata gaabwe mu bwato obutono era nga balaba gwamu ne bafa. Kati ovuga buvuzi mmotoka n'ova Arua n'ogenda e Fort Portal nga tebakulabyeko Kampala, nga tebakulabyeko Masindi. Tulina ne bridge eyakagulwa eya Bulwandi netugatta ku Kayunga Galiraaya. Tulina ferry bbiri ezitugatta ku Northern Uganda wano kilomita 7 zokka oba oli Amarotare. Kitegeeza nti ebyenfuna eby'e Nakasongola bitangaavu, nti omuntu bw'aba alina by'atunda ngagala bitwala mu North East akwata feri kuba akwata wali e Bulwandi. Olaba ebyo byonna byonna nti enkulaakulana yo weeri.
5 years ago, Nakasongola did not have a single tractor to work on the roads. But right now, we have 2 breeders, thanks to government. We have a vibro roller. We have a full complement of the road unit that includes trucks to ferry Maram and compaction systems that allow us to have durable roads. Another area where we have recorded significant progress is in agricultural extension. We are now focusing on ensuring that in every village we have 5 model farmers per enterprise. Can you imagine what that will translate into at the end of the day? It means that at the end of the year, you will have been able to cover more than a third, rather 30% of the entire population of the district. And in 3 years, you will have covered the entire district. By the end of the 5-year planning cycle, we believe we should have achieved government target of ensuring that every household has transitioned from the current state in which they are to the money economy.
Initially, our community had a problem with the accessibility of financials, loans to grow their businesses. But with the introduction of a Myoga program, our communities were able to form groups that later registered as SACCOs, and they were able to access grants from the government of Uganda through Microfinance Support Center. Each SACCO received 30 millions, and so far we have a disbursement. So far we have received 1,420 millions since this program started.
The advent of the parish development model by none other His Excellency the President was the I would call it the concluding empowerment program, which he now pushed to the parish level. You will note that previously most of the deliveries and government programs would come from the center to the districts, and the district would roll them out. But then the President said, wait a minute, our communities can be sensitized, they are enlightened, they can be empowered with knowledge and skills, and with support by the districts to go down to the parishes and let the people receive the funds themselves and use the funds, and we do support supervision. So that at least people are empowered at household income. We have 68 parishes in Nakasongola district, have all received 3 rounds of 100 million each in each parish. So you can see the multiplier effect of 100 million per parish times the 68 parishes for 3 rounds. Our people's livelihoods are no longer the same.
And government has helped significantly in ensuring that people receive livelihood support through programs like WEP, where women are grouped together and funded to start enterprises. And we see a lot of success stories. Youth livelihood program, where youth would also come together and form associations, and they are funded to undertake enterprises. Currently, there is SAGE ongoing for the elderly people, but also a Myoga, which is managed under the Microfinance Support Center and Office of the President through the RDC's office. And the latest baby on the block is PDM.
This program is based at a parish level, where a parish is now having a bank, which bank is given money, which is lent to people. Basically, those ones in agriculture, that is production. A person is entitled for 1 million, we use it for 3 years. And we see that this money has helped people to improve in their daily income.
Program ya mzee bwe yajja ya PDM ya bonna bagaggawale yatuleetera nga ne tutondawo ebibiina ebyokumuluka, nga ebibiina ebyo nga birimu ebintu ebyenjawulo, okulima ebinyeebwa, ente, kasooli, muwogo. Kati ffe ekibiina kye twayingira mu kibiina kya kulunda nte ez'ennyama mu kusooka. Era mu 2022-2023 baatuwa emiliyoni y'essente nengulako ente yange ya mitwalo 800. Emitwalo 2 nagulako omunnyu, eddagala. Ente eyo bwe nagigula nagirunda emyezi gyali 8. Ente eyo yankolera ente n'engitunda emiliyoni y'ensimbi akakadde kamu n'ekitundu. Nengula ente enkazi ya miliyoni y'ensimbi obukadde 2. Nayongerezaako era yankolera bulungi, yanzaalira eyo ente enkazi mwana, era ente eyo nengikama. Mu ntandikwa yampanga lita 5 ez'amata, era amata ago ganyamba nnyo nti abaana bange sigula mata. Abalimisa bano wamu n'abasawo b'ebisolo banyambye nnyo, kuba mu by'obulimi babadde banyamba okumpa bulamu, engeri y'okusimba naddala muwogo, kuba nasimbako ne muwogo awo ne kasooli. Ate omusawo w'ebisolo ye kyansusso, kuba ente eyo engeri y'erya amata ng'erimu olukuloosi
ebeera eyagala bujjanjabi. Kati nga buli kaseera mbeera mwesigamako nnyo gavumenti ya muzeeyi waffe. Ngyebaliza ddala olw'okuba nti essaawa ya leero nze yali anywa caayi mukaga kati nnywa mata. Abaana bange tebali bubi ate bagenda ku ssomero, n'olusuku kati balyamu n'ettooke era olulaba n'omucungwa balyako ku magezi ago ag'abalimisa n'abasawo b'ebisolo. So neebaza omukulembeze w'eggwanga ebyo byaleese okuba nga abantu batukulaakulanya ffe aba wansi tuve nga tufuna naffe akasente nga tetukyadaagana. Ente yange ginagula mu nnume yeeno. Ente eyo njikama omulundi gumu olunaku, naye kati essaawa ya leero empaamu lita 6 ez'amata.
Normally the government assesses local governments and it ranks them. But last year Nakasongola district scored 73% and we were ranked number 31 out of 176 local governments. And in that regard, the district was rewarded with more money. We managed to get 148 million extra as a reward of good performance. I want to thank the government for that reward and also to thank the entire district for working very well.
I want to, first of all, thank government for choosing to create a city within Nakasongola. We believe this is a strategic choice that is going to help transform this area.
Njagala okubaza gavumenti olwa kutulowoozaako ennyo ffe nga ab'e Nakasongola okutufuula industrial city. Kitegeeza ki? Nti emirimu gigenda kubeera wano ttogge.
His Excellency the President has rolled out a 640 billion industrial setup here of a biosciences industrial hub, which will be manufacturing vaccines and vaccine equipment. It has already, that is in Katugo, Kapoge Town Council in Nakasongola district, and it is seated on 152 acres, and work is already in progress. It is the single biggest investment in Africa, and it will be collectively employing 90,000, providing 90,000 jobs.
Can you imagine what that translates into, what impact it has on the society? We also have rural industries in the neighborhood, and a lot of other strategic assets are being developed here. We want to pledge as district that we will give the maximum support we can to make sure that these interventions bear the fruit for which they are intended. Challenges, yes, they will be there. Obstacles, we shall meet them. But we are assured and determined to make sure that we realize the success that Nakasongola deserves. From 5 years ago, when we were only running a budget of 29 billion, to the current budget of more than 48 billion shillings. This is a milestone that we wouldn't have achieved on our own without government support. And we believe and pledge that we are going to, even with more efficiency gains focused on and addressed, we should be able to reach more than 60 billion to the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for the love he has shown for the district over the years, the support he has given, the trust he has put in us as foot soldiers of his vision, and a strategic growth plan for his people in Nakasongola district. We pledge to stand firm, stand astute in the goal of achieving the 10-fold development agenda that our government has set. We will not let him down, we will not let you down. We'll support all the programs that you advance, and we wish you the very best in all your endeavors and long life as you serve humanity.